Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am so glad to be back with you guys today. So I'm just bringing part 2 to the meal prep. I really hope you guys enjoyed the first part. So that was just me getting everything ready for today so I could cook the food and basically store them up for whenever I'm ready during the week. So to all of my new subscribers, thank you guys so much for being a part of the team. Welcome. So today I'm basically going to be preparing some salmon. Like you guys saw before, I marinated those in my homemade blend, and I'm just going to put them in the oven. I think I'm going to put them in for about 20-25 minutes, because really they don't need more time than that. They're just going to get really dry if they're left for too long. So I'm also going to be working on the chicken. So this chicken, again, stayed overnight in the fridge, just marinating, and I'm just going to bake them today. So I'm adding some tomato paste, I guess just for color and a little bit of flavor, extra flavor, and I'm just going to mix that up, put it in the oven for about, these are chicken thighs that I had removed the skin, and I had also removed the bone. Yes, you can get it that way already in the store, but it's just a bit pricier that way, and I don't mind doing it myself. So yeah, I'm just mixing in the tomato paste, and I'm going to put this in the oven for about 30 minutes. Well, it's chicken thighs, they cook really quickly, so about 25 minutes covered, and then I will probably hit it with another 5 minutes uncovered, 5 to 10 minutes uncovered, and I'll put that on. The oven will be about 450 degrees Fahrenheit, so it won't be too dry. And I did not add any liquid to it, and the reason for that is because, of course, the chicken while cooking is going to release all of its juices. I'm going to be shredding it up, so it's going to just absorb all of that, reabsorb all of that juice. So yeah, I'm just like really excited for this meal. Right now I'm removing the salmon from the oven, and I'm gonna be prepping these cremini mushrooms. I found this really cool recipe for the cremini mushrooms, and here's the salmon. It's just nicely cooked, just sitting on the side waiting to be plated. So for the mushrooms, I'm just gonna be using some balsamic vinegar. I'm gonna add some garlic, and then at the end I will be topping that with some Parmesan cheese, grated Parmesan cheese, or is it? Yeah, grated Parmesan cheese. But this is just garlic that I had put in the food processor. It's just a lot easier for me that way. I don't have to chop garlic every time I need it. I just, it's ready. So I keep this in the fridge, and whenever I need, I just use some. Usually I don't like garlic, but it's whenever it's in like large chunks, large pieces in the food, I will sit and remove every last one before I could actually start eating. But when it's at this consistency where it's nicely minced up, I will use quite a bit for my meals. So I'm just getting that sautéed down, cooked down a bit, release all the flavor, and then I'm going to add the cremini mushrooms to it. I really do enjoy this with the balsamic vinegar, some fresh thyme, cracked salt and pepper, and the Parmesan cheese. Oh my god, this is so good. So I'm just gonna season that up real quick. My pink Himalayan salt, cracked black pepper, and just a few other dry herbs as well. And just let that cook down for a bit before actually adding the balsamic vinegar. Just look at my finger sticking out again. I'm telling you, I really did get this from my mom. People who know my mom, like Cheryl, you know how when she's using a knife or whatever, her finger, like her pinky, will be sticking out. That's so my mom. So I'm just gonna mix these up. Make sure that they're all seasoned properly, and I'll just leave it on the stove top. Let's let that cook down for a bit. Mix. Now I'm just gonna check on these mushrooms. And as you can see, they're beginning to just shrink down in size. before you know it, I'm going to be adding the balsamic vinegar, top it with the Parmesan cheese. And so here's the thyme. I'm just putting in thyme. Is it thyme? Thyme? Yeah, thyme. Mix that up nicely. Alright, so it's time to add the balsamic vinegar to it, and you're just gonna let that cook down so the sauce actually just thickens up and every piece of mushroom is actually coated and just infused with the balsamic vinegar flavor. I tried this a couple weeks ago for the first time and I absolutely fell in love with it. Like, I made it one day and then the following day I went back to the store to grab more of the mushrooms because I just had to have it again. So as you can see, there's not a lot of liquid, and I'm just gonna add the Parmesan cheese to it and just toss it up and set it aside so I can plate. This is so delicious. Like, I really love this. And you can actually use it as a side for almost anything. With mashed potatoes, it doesn't really matter. You can put it on the side with rice. It's really good. So the chicken is now ready, and I'm just gonna use 2 forks and I'm just gonna shred that up nicely. And as you can see, it does have quite a bit of liquid in there. So once all of the chicken is shredded, it's just gonna soak all of that gravy up. And I will be adding it to the veggies. And you can actually use this for tacos. You can use it to top off rice. You can use it on, quinoa. It really does not matter. It's just really good. Just making sure all of the chicken is nicely shredded up. You don't have to shred the chicken. You can actually just leave it in whole. But for me, I like it that way. And it's one way that I actually can make my chicken stretch. I mean, I'm not being cheap or anything, but I'm just saying, like, I can really stretch the meat that way. Because I only used 4 of the chicken breasts, so yeah. So now I'm just starting off to get ready to saute the veggies. I'm just going in with more garlic again. And like I said, because it's minced, I can use as much as I want. As opposed to it being chunky, then I will just sit and pick all of it out. If it's one thing I'm gonna do is stir. I will stir for my life. So the bell peppers that I had prepped yesterday, I'm actually just gonna use quite a bit of that this time around. So like I said, that's the reason why I prep the veggies like the day before or ahead of time. It's just because once I'm ready to cook, I don't have to, chop anything. It's all prepped. I just grab them from the fridge and I start cooking. Yeah, I'm just gonna add a little bit more because I'm gonna be making a couple. I'm gonna put in a couple bowls up for the upcoming week. So I'll just season that with the black pepper and the Himalayan pink salt. I actually forgot to add my homemade seasoning blend in the beginning. Usually I like sauteing it down with the garlic, but you can always add it later on. It doesn't really matter. And this seasoning blend you can actually use with anything. Like I use it with rice, you could use it with quinoa, you can use it even in your eggs. It really does not matter. If you're making mashed potatoes, you can use it as well. So I'm gonna add some cherry tomatoes, and that's really gonna cook down and just add more flavor and liquid to the veggies. You can see, I just love how colorful this thing is. It's so pretty. Now I'm just gonna add the shredded chicken in. And I know it looks like it's a little bit more dry, but I'm telling you, the chicken has absorbed all of that good stuff, the gravy, everything. And it's just so flavorful when mixed in with the cherry tomatoes and the bell peppers. Oh my God. And you can just garnish with some fresh herbs. You could use cilantro if you like. I'm not a fan of cilantro like that, but you can use parsley, you can use spring onions, chives, doesn't really matter. You just need some freshness, some green to it, and it's good. So here everything is ready. I did make some rice. I had cooked some rice off camera earlier, and I had just added, like I said, my seasoning blend to it. So that's there. That's the mushrooms. We have the sautéed veggies, the chicken, and the peppers and tomatoes. And now I'm just gonna plate. So I got these bowls, these glass bowls from Walmart for about $6 and change each. And I have really gone away from heating up my food in the microwave in plastic containers. It's just because I know, plastic containers release chemicals into your food. And I will just tell you guys that I always do research on these things. So I found out that, the World Health Organization actually states that microwaving food in plastic containers is associated with increased leaching, which is basically the transferring or leaking of chemicals into your food. I'm not really a fan of the microwave, but we can all agree that they do have some benefits to it. So if I'm going to be using that container, if I'm going to be using a microwave, I am definitely going to use glass containers. So for these particular bowls, they are actually, you're able to use them in the refrigerator, the freezer. They're refrigerator and freezer safe. They're microwave safe. They're dishwasher safe, and also they are BPA free. So those are the ones I'm going to use. I'm definitely not heating up my food at any time in plastic containers in the microwave. So I'm just going to add the mushrooms to with the salmon. So I'm not adding any rice because the salmon meals are going to be for my dinners. So I'm going to stay away from eating carbs in the evenings, and I will just use the rice with the chicken and tomatoes for lunch. So I went ahead and I made this chili lime creamy sauce, and I'm telling you, this goes so well with the salmon. I know it would look a little bit, more aesthetically pleasing with a slice of lemon on top of the salmon. However, to me, it was just not necessary because I already have the chili lime sauce. So of course, once I'm heating that up, I will just pull the sauce out and heat up the food, and then I can just drizzle the sauce all over the salmon. And I'm doing a couple of days. Usually, sometimes I won't even have like both meals, my lunch and my dinner. I might just have the lunch, and later on I'm pretty much okay because I do drink a metabolism boost drink in the morning that keeps me full for really long. So yeah. And this is just the extras. I'm just gonna keep this in a bowl and put it in the fridge. So this is the final outcome. I have a couple of these meals. They're delicious and they're also healthy. So now on to breakfast. So usually I make at least 3 days of breakfast. And so I'm just gonna do my regular schmegular yogurt parfait. So of course you could use any Greek yogurt that you like. For me, I prefer the Activia coconut yogurt. I do love coconut, and this one actually has shredded coconut in it. So I will just do 2 days of this one. So I'll do 2 for probably Monday, Tuesday, and then I will do overnight oats for Wednesday, and we can just go from there during the week. So I'm just adding yogurt, and I'm gonna add some fresh berries to it. I mean, you can add whatsoever you want. I don't like granola, so I won't be adding any granola to it, but I will be adding berries, some shredded coconut, and sliced almonds, and just a drizzle of honey. I really, really, really love these parfaits. And it might look like a small portion, but it really does keep me, because I do drink a lot of water during the day. And like I said, my metabolism boost drink that I have in the mornings, it usually keeps me for several hours. Like, I don't really feel extremely hungry during the day. I don't have any cravings. So yeah. You can use this not only for breakfast, but you can actually have these as a healthy snack, like in the afternoon, if you just want something sweet, if you're just having a sweet craving. I mean, it's not super sweet, but rather than having something that's unhealthy, you can just have a healthier option, and this would be a perfect choice. And I pretty much use honey for everything. Like, whenever I'm making tea, I don't really use sugar. I prefer to use honey, so I always have honey on hand. And now I'm just gonna make some overnight oats. And overnight oats is just something that you can do so much with. Like, there's so many variations that you can try. I have made several different flavors in the past. I believe I've made carrot cake, pina colada, strawberry, there's one, I think it was strawberry shortcake or something like that. But there's so many variations to overnight oats that you can make. It's crazy. And they are actually healthy. So I'm gonna add just some flax seeds, and I do also add chia seeds to it. All of these superfoods that we all need. That's just gonna do us so much good. It looks like it's not a lot, but once I've added the milk and then I've added, the fruit, it actually ends up, being quite a bit. And so most times I'm not even able to finish the entire jar. This barista oat milk, I'm telling you, this is so good. Like, I have fallen in love with this. I am not really a big milk fan, but for my overnight oats, I will definitely use this. If I don't have, and if I can't find it at the time, I'd probably just grab some vanilla, it's a silk vanilla flavored milk, but I really do love this barista oat milk. And you can actually add flavorings to this, like maybe some vanilla essence. You can add maybe some Chinese allspice. Is it allspice or five spice? Whichever one it is. But yeah, and some nutmeg, some cinnamon, and yeah, just adding more flavor to it is so good. And they're filling. Like, you don't have to eat, bread or toast and eggs and sausage and all of that stuff every time. Overnight oats, a yogurt parfait, like, it really, really is filling. So as you can see, the jar is almost filled up once I've put in everything. So yeah, guys, I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one.